Getty. May's allies fear that cabinet ministers will force her to take a weaker stance on immigration. Mrs. May has long wanted to see the number of people arriving from the European Union significantly reduced after the UK leaves the bloc on Friday, 29th of March, 2019. However, it is believed Mrs. May is outnumbered by 8-3 on the Cabinet's Brexit negotiations committee, and Downing Street is braced for heavy pressure from them to allow EU workers to continue coming to the UK in similar numbers to today. One cabinet minister said, "If you look at the members of the Strategy and Negotiations Committee, they are all entrenched on their various positions about our red lines, except for immigration. That is the one area they'll all happily trade apart from her, because Rudd, Hammond, Boris and Gove are all pro-migration. I'm worried Theresa is going to be pushed into a corner, and the voters will end up hating it because we know where they are." Brexit Secretary David Davis revealed himself to be pro-migration last week by refusing to rule out preferential treatment for EU citizens after Brexit, meaning the PM can only rely on Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson and Northern Ireland Secretary Karen Bradley to back her plans for reducing immigration. During her Mansion House speech last month, Mrs. May warned Tory MPs she will have to make compromises during the trade deal negotiation over the summer in time for a deal by October. It is believed southern and eastern European states are demanding continued access to Britain's jobs market for their citizens. Business bosses are also keeping pressure on the government to close down their easy access to cheap foreign labour. Immigration campaigners insist the UK's new immigration rules must not be used as a tool to negotiate. They also argue that since 2006, 4 out of 5 of all EU workers arriving in the UK are in lower paid work. Chairman of Migration Watch UK Lord Green warned, "There can be no question of the British government negotiating about the scale of EU immigration to the UK. Failure to secure control over EU immigration would be a slap in the face of many millions who voted for Brexit." Getty. Theresa May tours the UK on the anniversary of triggering Article 50. If a Conservative government allowed itself to get dragged down this road, they would, quite rightly, pay a very heavy price at the next election. This comes after an immigration document revealed Brexit will make it easier for EU migrants to stay in the UK, despite the government's promises to take back control of our borders. The sensational policy paper suggests the government wants to remove requirements dictating permanent residency applicants must show they have sickness insurance and work that is genuine and effective. Getty. Theresa May has long wanted to see the number of people arriving from the European Union reduce. Now Mrs. May plans to enact a presumption to grant rather than refuse settled status in the UK, and officials expect immigration numbers to rocket as a result.